Hello, everyone. My name is Bettina Swigger, and I'm the CEO of Downtown SLO. On Monday, March 23rd, we held an online Zoom meeting for our members, which was attended by 59 of our members and a number of stakeholders in the field of economic development. Unfortunately, while we were in the moment, we neglected to press record. So we decided to re-record some of the content we presented yesterday. Joining me today is Garrett Olson.
Thank you, Bettina. First, we want to start by acknowledging the elephant in the room, which is the lack of social distancing between Bettina and I. I want to reassure you, we are practicing what we preach. We had an interactive process before we started the video, actually before we even scheduled our time together, to make sure that both of us were feeling well. We hadn't been exposed to anybody with any signs and symptoms. We have been practicing good hygiene techniques. We didn't shake hands or greet each other in any other way. And following the end of this video, we will go back to at least a 6-foot distance between the two of us and make sure that we wash our hands and sing happy birthday to each other at least twice. I want to quickly share with you a bit of an overview of our agenda for today. In just a second, we're going to hear from our current board president, Pat Arnold. Then Pat will throw it back to Bettina to talk a little bit about downtown San Luis Obispo and our current realities in dealing with COVID-19. Bettina is going to share with you engagement that Downtown Association has initiated with some regional stakeholders as we take a look at our resilience and recovery, and then an acknowledgement of our next steps, including future opportunities, not just for a one-way dialogue with you, which is this video, but an interactive process with you and regular communications. So with that, I want to throw it over to our board president, Pat Arnold, to share some thoughts with you. Pat.
Hello, I'm Pat Arnold, President of the Board of Directors of Downtown SLO, and I'm honored to serve in this role. Like you, my world and my businesses have been turned upside down. To my fellow board members, hello, it's nice to virtually see you. To the newly elected board members, welcome. To the outgoing board members, thank you for your service. During disaster times, we empower our full-time staff and executive leaders to lead. Much as the city and county have delegated their professional full-time staff to act as emergency directors, I and the board entrust Bettina and her staff with the authority to make decisions in real time as the nature of the emergency changes from moment to moment. Bettina and our very capable full-time staff have been responsive, resilient, and proactive. Thank you to all of you. We will all be working together in the coming months. We'll be evaluating our committee structures, and I'd also like to thank all of you committee members on the call as well. If you have any concerns, please route them to me as your board president, and I promise to respond as quickly as I am able to. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you for your leadership during this time and always. It's such a pleasure to work with you. I want to start by acknowledging the very real pain that we've all been going through. This past week has been nothing short of heartbreaking. Our goal in this video is to share with you where we are, what we're doing, and talk a little bit about where we might go. I say this, but as the events of the past 10 days have taught us, everything is changing in real time all around us. For the past 4 months, our organization has been working on a strategic planning process for your Downtown Business Association. In some ways, that process started when I was hired in October 2018, and as we spent the last year and a half activating our Churro Street storefront location, turning it into a gathering space, a place for trainings and connection, even a community gallery. Today, Garrett and I are sitting in that space, properly socially distanced, and we are surrounded by a deserted downtown. It is such an honor to work for this incredible organization. Our board of directors and our staff have been poised to do some powerful things. You all, as workers and community builders and stewards of culture in our beloved downtown, are extraordinary. It is a fulfilling and a delicious place to lead. So we were planning, and we were excited about a very bright future for our downtown. In fact, yesterday was supposed to be a day-long strategic planning retreat for our board of directors. And instead, we are here right now in this time. We were not planning for a global pandemic. Fortunately, we had already hired Garrett Olson of Resolute Associates to work with our board on our strategic plan. Now, you may recognize Garrett as the former city fire chief, but more likely you recognize him because he lives downtown, and he and his wife Susan are frequent flyers at our restaurants, our shops, and our farmers market. Garrett is an expert in emergency response, and it has been such a comfort working with him over this process. Garrett's company is also working with the city's Emergency Operations Council, with school districts, and other organizations. So you know who has been planning for an emergency? Our government officials. There's a really clear order of operations that gets established for times of crisis. There's a funnel of information, right? At the top, we have the nation, then the state, then the county, then the city. Then under that, we have the downtown associations, the chambers of commerce, and under that, the businesses and the individual citizens. The county and the city are working together, and the County Office of Public Health is overseeing the COVID-19 outbreak response. The County Office of Public Health does press conferences daily at 3:15 p.m., and you can watch those on Facebook. I invite you to tune in, as you can learn a lot about what's being done to fight the pandemic and bend the curve. Speaking of Facebook, as a downtown business owner, property owner, or a worker, please join our private closed Facebook group, Downtown SLO Businesses. We're keeping that group private so that we can ensure the accuracy of what is being disseminated in that space, and also so that you can have a safe space to connect with each other in real time. As of today, March 24th, there are 42 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in SLO County. The shelter-at-home order is in place through April 17th. That may change. So how is this affecting you? Many of you have had to lay off staff. We estimate that there are at least 1,200 people who got laid off temporarily or permanently in the past week. I think that is probably low. You are our friends. You are our workers, you are our neighbors, you are our community. You're the people that we see every day. And I am just so sorry. So what about your business location? Well, the state has issued a freeze on evictions and foreclosures, which means that you cannot be evicted or foreclosed on during this uncertain immediate short term. However, we encourage you to reach out to your landlord to request reduced rent and make accommodations. If you are a property owner, please consider offering reduced rent and be as charitable as you can. One of our newly elected board members, Mary Alice Hamilton of Blackwater, has been circulating a petition encouraging more aggressive action, which is along the lines of what some other countries have done. As stimulus and relief packages continue to be developed and processed through Congress and the Senate, the state is also working hard to develop resources for you. And we'll share some more about that in a little while. The city and the county offices are, as you know, housed in downtown. And that means that essential government workers are coming downtown every single day. We're encouraging them to pick up coffee, food, and other items in our downtown. And our entire team has pivoted to serving as communications and outreach professionals. So while our large public events, farmers market and concerts in the plaza, are on hiatus or in limbo, our team is working remotely and is on call 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and on the weekends to assist you if you want to talk about resources, talk through ideas, or just connect to a human who can understand what you're going through. Email us at reachus@downtownslo.com to be connected, or use social media. We are here for you. Just a few words about our programs. So Farmers Market is suspended indefinitely. The shelter-at-home order does state that certified farmers markets may operate as an essential business, but our Thursday night operation is really more of a street fair, and so it's not permitted to operate because it attracts so many people. During our normal operations, we have a contract with the SLO County Farmers Market Association, who runs the certified farmers section of the market, and they're busy running other markets. So we encourage you to support and visit those markets so that those farmers can be ready when we welcome them back to downtown when the time comes. For now, our fantastic market manager, Whitney Cheney, has built a virtual farmers market at downtownslo.com, and she's pushing out information about how to support the farmers and vendors of our Thursday night farmers market while you shelter at home. So what about concerts in the plaza? Well, we had a full lineup of awesome bands and a brand new singer-songwriter showcase that we were getting ready to announce soon. For now, that program is paused until we determine what the next few months look like and until we get some more guidance from the governor. What about our two ambassadors, Austin and Stefan, who you see out on the sidewalks picking up trash, giving directions, and just generally being a smiling face around downtown? Well, Austin is at home. He's actually on paternity leave. He's celebrating his birth of his second child. And Stefan is working remotely with our team and has pivoted his role to do outreach to all of our businesses. We're going to be reevaluating this program as the facts about the virus mature, because we know how important this program is to all of you. But we want to make sure that we're operating in a way that is safe for our employees. Please be assured that the City Police Department is still doing regular patrols of downtown, and the city is making sure that the heart of our city is in safe hands. So for now, we are all dedicated to helping you. That means we are here for you, and it also means that we're working with other organizations to ensure that we get accurate and helpful information to you in a timely manner. So I'm going to ask Garrett now to talk a little bit about what our current planning assumptions are going forward.
Thank you, Bettina. As you well know, there is an absolute sea of information, perspectives, and opinions that are out there. And we want to take all of that and distill it down into these planning assumptions that we are considering as we take a look at resilience and recovery for downtown San Luis Obispo. So let me just review some of the things we think are most pertinent to our place in time. We believe that the coronavirus will continue to spread, significantly impacting the elderly and those who have underlying medical conditions. But we're also seeing that this disease is also striking our youth, and so we need to be cognizant of that. We know that a vaccine is likely a year or more away. And as Bettina mentioned earlier, as of today, there are 42 known cases of COVID-19 in San Luis Obispo, and those span the geography of our county. We do know and believe that the peak of our local activity is ahead of us. And so while 42 is a high number, it is definitely not our high water mark. Key staff in all organizations, including city and county staff, downtown association staff, and your staff, will likely be impacted by this, either by caring for a loved one or by contracting the disease themselves. And so we are encouraging you to look within your organization for those single points of failure that you may have. The one person on your team that knows your password to get to your QuickBooks, the one person that knows the process of managing your accounts payable. So identify those single points of failure and add some resiliency to that right now. We believe that the economic recovery is going to be quite slow due to a myriad of reasons, and those are fiscal and political, structural, and emotional reasons. And so we do see this as a long haul, and our recovery to be a long haul as well. We are aware that fiscal stimulation through grants, direct funding, and loans will be coming, and those will span the spectrum in terms of ease of access to those funds. Everything from checks going directly to our residents that they could cash and immediately use to procure essential goods, to FEMA grants and FEMA reimbursement that may be a very, very lengthy and complicated process. And your downtown San Luis Obispo leadership intends to position themselves to advocate and help you through those processes, to help you recover in a way that takes advantage of all available funding and outreach. And finally, we know that we need to be creative, flexible, patient, kind, and collaborative at a level that we've probably never witnessed in our lifetime before, to recover to what will likely become a new reality for us. And so Bettina, with that capturing of what we believe are planning assumptions, let me turn it back over to you to talk a little bit about where we're positioning ourselves and our next steps.
Thank you, Garrett. I think it's really important to note that all of you who work downtown are already creative and resilient, and you have the great, enormous capacity to be kind. So this is an opportunity for you to really shine, and please let us help your light shine a little bit brighter. Your downtown is leaning in early. We want to ensure that we're actively involved in our region's economic recovery. So we've reached out to regional stakeholders to ensure that the Downtown Association has a seat at the table when it comes to this unprecedented effort, which is still in the very early stages of development. So this includes, we've reached out to our partners at the SLO Chamber of Commerce, at the Small Business Development Center, which is housed in the hot house on the second floor above Ross, both our downtown neighbors. We're also working with the Hourglass Project, Reach 2030. And in fact, I was on a call yesterday afternoon with our elected officials learning more about what they're doing to advocate for your businesses and your employees to get the funds that they need. we're working on these projects and we're trying to get involved now. We know we're still entering into a difficult phase. We don't think that the worst is yet to come, but we are preparing now so that we can see you all on the other side. Some of the proactive steps that we've taken just over the past week internally, we are working to update our website, downtownslo.com, and our social media with the most accurate and helpful information available. We launched a virtual Downtown SLO website where we have what we hope are up-to-the-minute pieces of information and links to the restaurants, the cafes, and the bakeries that are providing takeout and delivery service. We know that the restaurant industry is feeling this pain much more than others because of the product that is in their stores. We've been absolutely amazed to see the creativity that some of you have employed, thinking about the sidecar cocktails to go, Novo establishing the amazing sort of resource provision grocery store where you can pick up pasta and beans, canned tomato sauce, in addition to that salmon bisque that you love so much. And we expect that we'll see more of that as this comes out. But we also know that some of the restaurants who pivoted to giving takeout and delivery are not going to be able to stay open as the shelter at home continues. So we're updating the virtual downtown every day by 10 a.m. And we're pushing that out on our social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, and let us know if any of the information that you see here is incorrect. Again, I want to mention our Facebook group, which is a private group. It's the Downtown SLO Businesses. You can see the slide here. We'll be pushing this video. Maybe you're watching this video on the Facebook page, which is great, thank you. But we're hoping that this is a place where we're not just pushing information to you, but you are sharing information with each other, because you are the ones who know best how to run your businesses. And we want to see where your creativity can shine. We're just keeping all of our social media up to date. So please follow us on Instagram. We've found our marketing and communication manager, Kat Thompson, has done a tremendous job keeping in touch with you on Insta, communicating this stuff out on real time. There are a few things I'd like to point out. We partnered with the city to put up 5-minute pickup drop-off zones or pickup spots for takeout. You can see the red parking bag here with the green sign. It's a 5-minute zone. We're happy to announce that there's more than 40 of those within the downtown, and you can see a map for that on our website, downtownslo.com. And finally, I just want to say that we are working on the message, we are Downtown SLO. We had an art exhibit in our space that opened in October where we showcased portraits of our individual business owners. Here's our fantastic council member, Erin Gomez, who's also a small business owner in the downtown. We are all Downtown SLO and we're all in this together. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Please reach out to us. Again, that email address is reach us at downtownslo.com. Find us on Facebook and Instagram.
And before, Bettina, we get to our closing comments, we want to make sure that we're keeping you informed and engaged, both through push notifications and written communications, but also standing opportunities for an interactive meeting via Zoom. We kicked that off yesterday, and we have regular standing meetings every Monday morning at 8:30. And Bettina and her leadership team will be pushing out the information so that you can connect in that spot. We have the opportunity to rebroadcast these meetings live via Facebook Live. And so if you have any thoughts on that, particularly if you would have any concern about us pushing those out, and if that makes you feel like maybe you would be less comfortable sharing your opinions, please let us know. We want to make sure that this time is for you. We think Facebook Live might be an opportunity for us to be able to get your voice out more, but if that results in muting your voice, we don't want to do it at that cost. So again, regular meetings every Monday morning at 8:30 via Zoom. It will be an opportunity for an interactive process, not one-way dialogue.
And because all of this is unfolding in real time, we actually have heard from some of you that maybe 8:30 is not the best time. So we may be changing that. Garrett doesn't know that right now, but I'm sharing that with him.
Just found out.
So we'll publish what that time will be. And there is a poll in the Facebook business group so that you can tell us what time is best for you. We're aware that everybody's family's needs are changing, especially when it comes to caring for children who are being homeschooled. So we want to be mindful of the new reality that everybody's living in. So thank you for watching this. I hope it has been helpful. Want to end on a little bit of an up note, and that is that it has been really extraordinary to watch the helpers come out in this trying time. When the shelter at home order came out and many of the restaurants had to close their doors, many of them and many of you donated food to Forty Prado and SLO to help feed the homeless, and they were just overwhelmed by the generosity of that donation. So thank you. The ways that we can help are by helping each other. That's really what's important here. And our downtown is a living and breathing organism. So right now it's hibernating. Last week, we were in triage mode and we were assisting our first floor, our storefront businesses, trying to interpret and decode information, guidance, and orders and regulations as they were released. This week and going forward, we'd love to hear from some of our second and third story businesses, the architects, the engineers, the marketing agencies, the bookkeepers, the artists. How are you doing? What does your business future look like? And are there ways that maybe we could connect you with some of our first floor businesses so that you can help each other? If you have any ideas about how we can do a better job of connecting you all in this time when we're not allowed to touch, please do let us know. And thank you so much for watching this video and for having grace with us as we all learn and navigate this crazy new life together.